So good morning, good evening. Welcome everybody to day 3 of the Fanshawe Cares live series. So we are going to get started this morning. We do have Jackie here with us, and she's from our athletics department, and she's going to talk to us a bit about the services and options that they have for you. Okay, so I'll turn it over to Jackie, and I hope everybody enjoys the session. Thank you, Jackie. You're up.
Sure. I can't start my video for some reason, so sorry, I'm gonna have to be a black screen. I don't know why, but that's okay. I'm assuming all of these people are people who are coming starting in September?
Yes, so most of the students that are on this chat may have just arrived or should be arriving in the next couple weeks.
Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that the recreation programming here in the gymnasiums is a great place for you to come and meet people and make some new friends. It is probably one of the most positive environments within the college because everybody's coming to do something that they love with their friends. So I would highly recommend that you try to find us in the Student Wellness Center. So we work together with the fitness center. So the fitness center is one side, the gymnasiums are the other. So the portion I oversee is more like the badminton, basketball, soccer, volleyball, cricket, open gym times, that kind of stuff, ping pong. So every student in September, I believe, is going to be paying an athletic fee, which allows you to use all of that, the gymnasium and all of our sports programs for free. Some of those programs you need to sign up in advance. So if it's an intramural league, you need to sign up in advance. You can make a team and sign up, or you can sign up by yourself and I'll help find you a team. Or you can come to our drop-in sessions. Those are more for people who don't, maybe they don't want the commitment of a league. Every week I have a drop-in volleyball or a drop-in soccer, drop-in cricket. So those are the drop-in program is a really good spot for you to come. And again, it is just a bunch of individuals walking in the door. They don't really know anybody yet, but it's a great way to meet people and to make friends. And there's all sorts of abilities. We typically, for volleyball, for example, we have a beginner's net, and then we'll have a more advanced net for people who can, play a little bit. Maybe they played in high school or higher levels. So my staff here is super welcoming. We can answer all your questions. If you just can't quite figure out what the best avenue is for what you want to do, just please come by. That's what we're here for. We do hire about 150 students within our athletic department. We are having a session a little later on today to kind of go over that. So you'll probably see some of that posted up on our Falcon site later today or tomorrow. But if you're looking for a job, you can keep us in mind. All of the jobs are posted on our website, Fanshawe Falcons, and you can go on and look through the job descriptions. We hire the vast majority of our students now in August and the first few weeks of September. But that's something that if you've gone on, you've read through the job descriptions and you just have more questions, feel free to drop by, and or there's an email included on all those jobs that you can ask questions about as well. We have lots of open gym time that if you have a spare, you're welcome to swing by, sign out the equipment with your student card. You cannot sign out any basketballs or ping pong paddles without a student card. So please make sure you get your pictures in and you get those ordered and your appointment to pick them up as soon as possible, because you need those to get into both the fitness center and the recreation gymnasiums. And you just sign out equipment with your student card and then you return it when you're done. And that's how we can carry on throughout the whole year. So I hope you feel welcome to come down here. I really hope you get into our gyms. Please make sure you wear appropriate footwear, no bare feet, no flip-flops, no boots. You do need to have athletic shoes on to go into the gymnasiums. Any questions? Awesome. I'm sure you'll have lots more later once you get here in September and start school. So again, we're in the Student Wellness Center. Our front desk is kind of sitting out in the hallway, so I'm sure you'll walk by us on the way to the cafeteria or the Oasis.
Yeah, I'm sure once they're on campus and they see all the options and they want to start participating, then they'll realize what a great service it is and just how accessible it is. Now, there was a question just posted about a pool.
So with our fitness center membership, there used to be an agreement with a local area pool. I think during COVID that might have kind of fallen a little bit apart. So I don't know if that agreement is still there. That's a question I'll need to ask the fitness center, but there is a pool like within 400 meters from Fanshawe College. It's a local community center called Stronach, and they have a pool there. So you're more than welcome to go over there. You will probably have to pay a day fee to get in. I don't know if they have a membership fee, but that's certainly something that you can look into, and I can help point you in the right direction.
And yes, regarding the pool, so right now it was being used as like a COVID testing site, the area that we have the pool agreement with. So as that starts to convert back to normal, then we're hoping that we will have access back to the pool.
Excellent. So you want me to go over the leagues? So the drop-in sessions are literally scheduled the same time every week. So drop-in basketball, for example, might be Tuesdays from 4 to 6. Drop-in volleyball might be on Wednesdays from 4 to 6. It is a same time slot every week for the whole semester. The league is a little bit different. So when you sign up for the Intramural League, it is still Fanshawe students playing Fanshawe students. So it is recreational, sometimes a little bit more competitive. Soccer, of course, gets a little bit more competitive. But how the leagues work is when you sign up, you're going to tell me when your spares are, when you're available to play. So I'll look at your team's availability, and I will schedule those games around all your classes as much as I can. So the games are typically held between 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. And you usually play 1, maybe 2 games a week at most. If you sign up as a team with your classmates, then everybody has the same spares. But if you sign up as a team with other people in other courses, your spares aren't going to align. And that's fine, but you just need to know going forward that you're probably not going to be able to make all of the games because you'll be in class. And I do the best that I can, and sometimes it doesn't work out. So if you happen to be on a team of individuals and you're never lining up with their games, just come and see me and we'll see if we can switch you to a different team. So I'm going to just jump forward to the cricket first before I go back. So the cricket, we do have what we have Intramural Cricket. So again, Fanshawe students playing Fanshawe students. The deadline to sign up for that, I think, is towards the end of September. So I'm going to give you guys a few weeks to kind of get settled in before the deadline to sign up for that intramural begins. We also have a competitive cricket team. So it's called Extramural. So it's like a recreational level, but we do go around to other colleges for day tournaments. So we'll play against Humber and St. Clair and Seneca College. So those are usually only a few tournaments per semester. And it's a great time. So we will hold tryouts for that team. And you are expected to show up once a week or twice a week for practices. So our fitness center absolutely has all the weights and cardio machines and fitness classes that you could possibly want. Absolutely. So we're one customer service counter, and we live in the same building. And you'll see us all when you get here. Our fitness center is fairly new. It's really big and bright. We even have a rock climbing wall in there, and we have a golf simulator if you want to play golf indoors, and squash courts as well. If you want to join the cricket team, go on the Fanshawe Falcons website. There is a form that you can fill out. So it gives the coach an idea of who you are, what your background is, and what level you've played before. Is the student union coming here too? So they run our esports, and they would be better suited to speak to the esports. We do have a very popular esport program here.
Yeah, so we are hoping that there is going to be someone here from the FSU to talk to us about those options.
Perfect. There's tons and tons of games, and they're actually just renovating a room within the Student Wellness Center to have a permanent home for our esport gamers. And there's all sorts of levels. Again, Tyler Hetherington runs that program, and he's got all sorts of levels. Like within League of Legends, for example, they'll have a really competitive team, and then a level 2 and a level 3 and a level 4. Discord is the place where you can find them. So for intramurals, you can't join until you arrive the first day of school. So the link will be on our website. Discord, you can probably, if you want to get connected to esports, you can probably do that now through the you go through the student union website. There's they call it Fuel, Fanshawe Ultimate Esports League. You can get connected to the Discord now if you want. For the fitness center, you need to come, the first time you come, you have to fill out what we call a Part Q form. And that just kind of gives a background of your health history. That will need to be done before they will allow you access into the fitness center. So you don't necessarily need to register to access the weights. Sometimes the fitness classes you need to register for because there's limited space. But in general, you don't need to register for that.
And we will have Ashley here one of the sessions to talk to us about the actual use of the fitness center.
Perfect. I'm excited for you guys to all come here and see our facilities. There's a lot of construction going on, but we really do have a great facility here for health and wellness and student wellness center. The one-stop shop for you. You've got the doctor's office, you've got the pharmacy, you've got the gymnasiums to play some sport, and you've got the fitness center. Then you can fill up with a booster juice after. You don't need to register in person. You can register online. If you're in person and you want to do it, I will have some iPads stationed outside of our office, or if you need help doing it, then we'll have them here. You can do it here too. Coaches for the fitness. If you're talking about the fitness center, are there coaches? There's trainers there. When you sign up for your fitness membership, I do believe that they will give you some time to go through everything with you the very first time. You have to just make that appointment. With regards to any of the sports, that we don't have coaches for those, for our sports, for intramurals or anything like that, but I think you might be referring to the fitness center. There's always full-time staff available too. If you just don't know how to use one of the machines, they'll absolutely, if you just ask, they'll come over and help you out.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Jackie. Thank you for joining us to kind of talk to us a bit about those options and help our students to kind of know that they do have those resources.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, we'll definitely invite you to the future sessions too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Okay, and then I'm just wondering if I have my representation from the FSU here with us? Have they joined us? I'm unsure. Don't think I do, so I will go ahead and start through their presentation. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. To share the actual presentation. Bear with me. As I've said before, I am not the quickest at this stuff. And I think it's because I have it saving. So I will do it this way. So I've gone ahead and pulled up the FSU's home screen. So FSU is your Fanshawe Student Union. So they advocate for students. They run a lot of awareness campaigns. They do activities. So most of your activities on campus are hosted by them. If anybody from FSU does join us, if they would like to take over, I'd be more than happy to give them co-host abilities here. But until someone joins us, I will just go ahead and do my best to cover this. So this is their website, and here you can see from the top page. So we have about your FSU, your presidents, all of that sort of stuff. So your executive team is made up of students. So they are current students, except for the president. The president is a student that's just graduated, and the student body votes them in. There's lots of ways to get involved with the FSU. So some services. So what services do they offer? So the Biz Booth and Games Room. So this is a great area For playing pool, it's where you would pick up and buy any event tickets and stuff like that. Your bus pass. So your bus pass is coordinated with the FSU. They look after clubs. So if you have an interest in anime or an interest in a special type of club, you can either start a club or join a club. FSU bikes, the health plan. So they also do work with more care as well on the health plan. Legal services, the sharing shop. So the sharing shop, I mentioned that in the first session, and that's a service for our students who might be experiencing issues with food or supplies and stuff. So students can often access the sharing shop to get help with those items. And they used books shop. So they do also offer that. And as we're going back to in person, it may be something they do in person again, or it may still be done virtual. So food. So a lot of the on-campus food options are actually run by FSU. So Booster Juice, as Jackie mentioned, is in the wellness area. There is in Oasis, there's a whole series of options. There's a taco bar, there's a pasta bar, there's a grilled items, there's a coffee area. So lots of options. And then the Outback Shack. So that is our on-campus bar and grill. So a lot of students like having lunch or dinner there with friends. So that's a great option as well. Events. So I don't even know where we would get started with events. They do everything from like online games to gaming nights to movie nights to Bollywood themed parties to bus trips to Wonderland, sort of all kinds of options. And their goal is just to make sure that students are able to get out and enjoy activities that are not just school-based, but also there to like help you with living and building connections and stuff. Okay, volunteering. So if you're looking to volunteer, they do have the Red Squad, which is all volunteer squad, and you can volunteer for things on campus or things off campus. They have access to all of that. So lots of options. They do run a lot of contests. So they're always having contests online and stuff, and it's a great way to win some prizes. And those are happening always throughout the year and stuff. They also hire a lot of our international students for on-campus jobs. So it's a great option if you're open to working in the food service area or facilities area to work for the FSU. So that's kind of a great thing. And it's kind of nice when it's on campus. There's different rules to working on campus than there is working outside of the college. Okay. So your FSU really looks after a ton of stuff. I'm going to see if I can get the PowerPoint to work now. It was still saving. Unless, have I had anybody from my FSU team join the meeting? Taking a look through, and I don't think I have. Sorry, it's taking a really long time to save the document. And so because I'm saving it, it's not going to let me update it just yet. So is there any questions about what the FSU does or sort of how to access their services and stuff? Or anything you wanted me to go more in depth about that they offer? So what type of events do they host? Okay, so they host just about everything. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and get us on there. So they host everything from like financial readiness workshops and stuff. They do like game show type programming. They do concerts, sort of kind of everything, comedy nights. Let's see if I can find sort of some things coming up here. Events. And so here there's no drop down menu because instead it's going to take us to their website that's going to show us some things coming up. So these are some things for August. So come September, there's going to be a whole bunch of more options here. So we do have movie nights. So they have reduced ticket prices for movies. So that's always a great option if you enjoy the movies. there is a Bollywood party coming up. So this one is usually a great one with our international students, and it's a ton of fun. It is offered out on one of our fields outside of residence. So it's an outdoor party. There's a live DJ. It should be pretty exciting and fun. And that's running August 17th. So that's coming up. So for those of you that have arrived and are here prior to then, that might be a great way to get out and do your first activity. And then there was a question actually that I had seen come in about Discord. So there is a link there for gaming and stuff. And they do a lot of gaming. They do a lot of activities around that. They've actually now hired a full-time person to run their e-gaming and Discord stuff. So, and then, as I said, this is going to change. And it's going to get probably pretty filled up with September stuff. Everybody is pretty excited about it. So what we'll do is we'll go and watch that front video, because I think that's going to tell us a little bit about the FSU and stuff. So this just kind of goes over the mission statement and stuff. And just a little fun fact, I was an FSU president way back in the day. So I do know a bit about it, but I mostly know about the way it was. I don't necessarily know everything about the way it is now, but it was great to work for. It was great to advocate for students. It was one of those things that I really, really loved doing. And that's really their goal, is to serve students, to do everything they can to make sure that the student experience is a healthy and safe one. I do see there was a couple questions in the chat. So there's a question there about working on campus and working off campus. So the key difference there is going to be that if you're working on campus, there's no limit to the hours. If you're working off campus, it's a maximum of 20 hours a week. So some students will get an off-campus job and an on-campus job, and then they're kind of maximizing the hours. But of course, you want to make sure that you are able to do that. Okay. You don't want to sign up for too much and then find yourself unable to handle like the workload and the job, because you are here to study first, right? So that is sort of your first goal, is to be able to study. So yes, you're probably going to want to work and be making money while you're here. And we will have somebody here from our FSU as well, from our SLCs, to talk to us about sort of what options there is for that. Okay, so I'm just going to play this little video here, and so this is a class rep meet and greet. So these are students who are actively involved, and they bring forward class issues and things like that. So we'll just play this little video to give you an idea of what the games room looks like. So that gives us a sense of sort of what the gaming rooms area looks like. And it is a lot of fun. I don't know if every country you have pool or not and stuff, but here it's a pretty common pastime for hanging out and stuff like that. So lots of options. And as I said, the events and stuff is going to have a ton more options once the school term starts. And sort of a lot of options for everything. And then volunteering. So if you follow them on their profile and stuff, you'll see anything they're posting, anything they have going on and stuff like that. And you really are encouraged to get involved. It's a great way to gain. So if you volunteer as a class rep, you can actually gain what's known as your Ccr credits. So these are your co-curriculum. So this is things that you are doing associated to the school, but not directly linked to the academics. So volunteering, doing specialty workshops, those sorts of things can all work towards your CCR. And it's really helpful to have a good CCR when applying for jobs, because it can show you sort of that you are well-rounded. Like not only can you work and go to school, but you also volunteered or participated. Okay, on-campus part-time jobs, they are paid. Yeah, so if you're working in the food services, if you're working in facilities, whatever job you're doing on campus is a paid job as well. Okay, and so class schedules, yeah, so those are going to be sort of all different. So one day you might start Monday at 8 o'clock and Tuesday you might not start till noon. The schedules are kind of all over the place. You just need to follow whatever it says. Keep in mind that for the start of this term, you will need to follow the Wednesday schedule because that's your first actual day of classes is going to be on the Wednesday. And for working, yeah, so you kind of have to wait until you have your timetable and then let your job know to work around the timetables. And it will unfortunately change every semester. So if you have Fridays off this term, which is rare these days, but if you did, the next term you actually might not have Fridays off. So you would have to be prepared to change your work schedule for the next term. Yeah, so this will be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. It'll likely be posted tomorrow or potentially Friday, but you will be able to see the rest of this presentation. And if you wanted to join us, these sessions are happening Thursday and Friday, as well as all next week. And each day is going to cover a different topic. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can stop sharing this and share with you the presentation. Looks like I can. Perfect. Downloaded for me. Whew. I was getting a bit nervous there. So the mission statement. So it's an organization committed to excellence in service and student support within the diverse student community of Fanshawe College. So they want the same service to apply across the board. And they really are there to advocate, to encourage sort of anything that's going to help make the student experience more well-rounded. So this is your current executive team. So Ishmael, so he is our president. So all of these students have been elected in. And then you have Paula, you have Francisco, and you have Chenia. So these are all students who have likely been where you are and did these sessions and done class and then been elected. And they're all full-time students except for Ishmael. He be a full-time president. And they all look after different things. So you have your student life coordinator, finance coordinator, and advocacy and community coordinator. So they kind of look after different rounds of things. And so depending on what you wanted to get involved with, you would reach out to the different coordinators. So it's going to be great to stay connected with FSU, whether you're following them on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever. There's lots of posts and lots to follow. So their services. So they are committed to representing the whole student body and having services that work for everybody. And they have their own sort of studying and open hanging out spaces and stuff like that too. So they do have a lot of room on campus. You can also book private study rooms and stuff like that. So lots of options that the FSU looks
I'm
after.
Ismail, right? I'm a business management student and FSU student life coordinator. However, I started as a class rep.
Hi, my name is Barbara Berger, and I'm the class rep for the Baking Patrons program for the academic year of 2021 and 2022.
Hi, my name is Lakha Shirpa. I'm from Nepal. I'm currently studying hospitality and tourism operation management, and I'm class representative for 2021 and 2022.
Class rep is a volunteer position. We are the one who connect FSU to the 20,000 other Fanshawe students. We take queries, concerns, feedbacks to the union meetings, and we are only supposed to commit minimum 1 to 2 hours for this position.
Being a class rep is a great opportunity for you to help your classmates, also to improve your leadership skills, your communication skills, and connect with your professors. Also, the FSU, where we can have a lot of fun, meetings, and social events.
Being class representative is very fun. You get to involve in different events like orientation and meet and greet. You also get 10 co-curriculum hours, and you get a chance to be a class representative of the month, which is no less than a golden star for your resume.
Hi guys, my name is Tanashree Prasad, and I'm the Advocacy and Communications Coordinator at the Fanshawe Student Union. Registering as a class rep is a pretty simple process. You can visit the FSU website and navigate through the class rep page. The registration form will ask for basic details, and once the form is submitted, you will receive further information regarding further steps for the program. Be a part of the class rep program and begin your leadership journey at Fanshawe. So, what are you waiting for?
So as you can see from that video, so Ishmael was actually a coordinator before and is now president for this upcoming year. And class reps are a great way to get involved. And on this slide, we just have a bunch of different services offered. So they do look after Awareness Week. So these are going to be on different topics and stuff, and all of the activities that we are aimed at in enhancing your knowledge about different topics, clubs, events and field trips, FSU bikes, in Tarot Bank. So that is the on-campus newspaper. If you're a student who wants to maybe be posting articles or things like that, that's a great option. Social programming, the games room, volunteer opportunities, and work study employment program. So that's where with the on-campus jobs and stuff. Advocacy. So they're also going to advocate for students' rights and what students need. So they're going to do that through the donut cheat. So it's an actual donut, but it's more meaning do not cheat. So academic integrity is really important here at Fanshawe and most schools in Canada. And that's just making sure that the work you submit is your work. So a lot of things you can work as a group, but then the submitted papers have to be your own. So you just want to make sure that nothing in it can be viewed as copied or shared, those sorts of things. Okay. Class reps. So we just watched that video on the class reps. FSU elections. So those will happen usually in March for the executive of the next year. And then the class rep ones will happen sort of like, I want to say October, so that you're up and running. So food services, we talked a bit about all of that. So the student spaces, they have the student union building and the courtyard and Forval Hall. That area is all under construction right now because they are building our innovation village. And then they do have the student center. So this is actually a really big building. And in it, you have your alumni lounge, your breakout rooms, club rooms. There is a prayer room as well. And FSU offices are located in that building. And then they do have the big Oasis cafeteria as well. So lots of services they offer. So as you can see there, all through the FSU's website. The Biz Booth, so that is where you would buy tickets and stuff. So that's attached to the games room, and you would buy tickets for any events or anything like that. The sharing shop, we talked a bit about that, but it's a really important one that you would have access to resources such as food and stuff. The pharmacy on campus and the used bookstore, and then partnership. So they pretty much partner with everybody, but they have a definite one with athletics. So Jackie, who was just on, they also partner with the FSU, crisis supports, housing, mediation services, and the wellness center, peer tutoring. So that's also a service where if you find you are struggling, you could potentially have a peer tutor, and most of the cost of that is covered between counseling and the FSU. So you would pay a small amount for that service. So clubs. So if you're into a specific thing, you can either join a club. There's a ton of clubs. There's over 100 clubs. Or if you had your own idea, then you can join your own club and get students to join it and sort of run the club. Clubs do get some budgetary money too as well to do different things. Becoming a class rep. So that was the video we heard about. And that's just, so as a class rep, you're kind of the go-between between your class and the FSU. And you would go to monthly meetings and you would just bring forward any issues or any concerns from the students to the council meeting and stuff. So, and it does qualify for those Ccr credits, and it's going to look really great on a resume to have been a class rep because it is a leadership role. So events, so tons and tons of events here. You can subscribe to their page there if you'd like, so that it just automatically uploads and gives you everything that's going on. And as I said, right now, the events for August, there is not many students on campus yet, but they still have events, but we really expect a big ramp up for September. So we're pretty excited to have everybody back in person and see what that looks like. So a lot of you asked about the gaming. So we have the Fanshawe Fuel. So it is a pretty big deal now. It's actually become a really big thing in the last couple of years. And as I said, there's a full-time person there. I think you do compete with other schools and other areas and stuff. And it's fsu.ca/discord is where you would be able to register and sign up and join that. And they do just do fun game nights on campus as well. So even if you're not a big gamer, but you kind of like to dabble, there's lots of options for that. Do not think that you have to be a professional gamer to participate in those activities. Office, so the Office free Microsoft products. So if you are a full-time student, which you all are, you're eligible to download some products for your laptop or computer. So there's steps for that, and you can download those, and then you'll have access to the full suite. And the Adobe Creative Cloud, it's the same thing. You'll have access to that as well. And when we have our FOL and our help desk team on, they'll actually talk to us a bit more in depth about that as well. So that kind of wraps up sort of what the FSU covers. I mean, this is a very small snippet of everything that they cover. Sort of every part of student life is influenced by them. So for every college committee, one of your FSU reps sit on that as the voice of students. So it's really quite elaborate, and they really have their hands in everything, which is great because we want the students to be represented by other students. Okay, our employers understanding towards students' class schedules in general, since it's not going to be the same time every day. Yes, most of our employers are going to know, pardon me, that student schedules change, or that you might only be available Monday and Wednesday, and then one day on the weekend. Because you can only get a maximum of 20 hours a week working off campus, you do want to make sure that they're not scheduling you for more than that, because you can get in trouble because it would violate your study permit rules. Okay, but yeah, most employers know that when they're hiring students, it is going to be on a student schedule. No, and so it's not just run by 4 of them. So that's your executive team. So those are the student leaders that have been voted in. There's also full-time staff, like probably 15 to 20 of them that help run the day-to-day things of the FSU. And it's the students that sort of oversee and have input in all those processes and stuff. And then your class reps would work under your exec committee to make sure that they are aware of what's happening for students and with students. So yes, no, there's not four of them to run the whole thing. That would certainly be something else if they had to. So class reps. So it's not a paid, paid position per se, as in you aren't going to get like an hourly pay for it, but I do believe you get an honorarium at the end of the term. So you get like a specific amount at the end of the semester. But you are going to get your Ccr credits for being a class rep, which is also great because your Ccr lets employers know that you were involved and you participated in activities and you weren't just at school just studying stuff, you were part of the community. So that can also be great to use in the future with your resume and stuff, is your Ccr credits. And it's going to give an employer kind of a bigger overview. So the Ccr, so it really depends. So obviously getting paid is important. Working as a class rep wouldn't count as like hours because you're not getting paid by hours. You just get a stipend at the end of the term. But yeah, your Ccr really can be very important because it is going to let somebody see sort of you as a more rounded person. So they can see what things did you do a lot, Fanshawe? Did you actively engage? Are you likely to, as an employee, be involved? Or are you just likely to do your job and be like, hey, the job's done, I'm done type of thing. So it can really help you. And it's going to also help you to learn more things about Canadian customs and experiences. It's going to help you to network as well, right? So really, I mean, the Ccr is definitely a positive, but most of our students are also going to have to work as well just to afford things. So please don't think that, you can't work as well or you shouldn't well. And there's all kinds of like workshops and things like that also give you the Ccr credits. And there's Fanshawe Friends. And my colleague Laura runs that and she's fantastic. And it's a great program that also allows you to get credits for your Ccr. And it's really just a upper level students helping first level students adjust to life in Canada. And they're all international students who are likely experiencing a lot of different adjustments and stuff. So if you were a returning student, you would be placed with a small group of new students to kind of help them adjust to life in Canada and stuff. And that can be both academic and personal. And that also qualifies for a Ccr credit. And Laura will be here with us next Friday to talk about that. So yeah, lots of options for your curriculum record. A lot of different academic workshops through the library are offered to get points for that too. So tons of options. And the FSU really does look after sort of everything, like they have their hand in everything, which is important because that is who students have chosen to represent them. Was there any other FSU type questions or any questions in general that I could try to answer? And if not, we are okay to wrap this up a bit early if you would like. You can get about 10 minutes back to your day. What I will do, if it lets me, is load the presentation into the chat so that you have access to that. Bear with me. My computer is definitely having a case of the Wednesday sleep-ins. It is not wanting to work here. Yes, so that is, oh, no, it's cboyd@fanshawec.ca. If for Rachel, who needs to reach out about housing, a specific thing about that. Or your form, sorry. Yeah, so just it's cboyd@fanshawe and then put a C at the end.ca. And yeah, so the next few days are the topics we are going to cover. So let me get into the mailbox here. I'm trying to see if I can get presentation uploaded. I don't know if it's going to let me. Oh, it might. It's not, it's open. Silly computer. It won't let me close it, but it won't. I'm gonna force it to close. Okay, now we'll try this again. And then while I'm in here, I will also pull up the schedule so that we can see that. There we go. So it looks like that is going to work for us. Yay. So you'll have that presentation that I just went through. Did that come through okay for everybody? Okay, so tomorrow we are going to have our counseling supports and our wellness center here. So that's going to be talking about sort of some of the things that Jackie had mentioned there, but more specific to the wellness center. And then of course, counseling supports. On Friday, we do have Glenn Matthews here, who is our housing coordinator. And then next Monday, we're going to have more care. On the Tuesday, it's library supports and outreach. Wednesday will be our working in Canada and making sure we are respecting our study permit rules. Day 9 is the FOL and help desk. And then our final day will be our Fanshawe friends with Laura to talk to us about those options. So lots of fun things coming up. Yeah, there is a lot of different things happening at Fanshawe and a lot of different ways to get involved and a lot of kind of awesome experiences that you can have. And yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to cover it all, but pick and choose what works for you and what you think is going to help you, both with networking, but also gaining experience. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, so if that covers everything, we will wrap it up today. And then hopefully I see you back tomorrow for the next session. It was great seeing so many of you transfer over from the earlier session. That was really great to have you all back and have you all join us. And then hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow morning for the next session. And if you do have any questions, you can send them to the Fanshawe Cares at fanshawec.ca email, and we will do our best to reach out to you and follow up. And make sure you are submitting your form if you're ready. And if you're not ready, it's not due until the 28th. So you do have some more time. But we do have students starting to arrive. So it's kind of an exciting time for us too. And we will see you all tomorrow morning. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.